Sexy, baby. Kiss 92's Big Show. Welcomes Dr. Martha Lee.
Hey, baby.
The sexologist.
I'm sexy and I know it.
All right, close the doors. Okay.
Doors are shut.
All right. Dr. Tara Martha Lee. We're talking about abstinence today.
Yes,
Martha
that's right.
Tara Leela.
What did I
said
say?
Tara Martha
MTL.
Lee.
Tara Martha Lee. 1 week, I missed you. I've forgotten
Change
your
her
name.
name from
It's okay.
MTL to TML.
Just don't forget my face.
Okay, Dr. Lee. Easy.
All right. So today we're going to be talking about what I consider a very depressing topic. Abstinence.
Why is it depressing, actually? Some people need to abstain
Oh. But that
in
sounds
order
so sad.
to enjoy their intimacy a little bit
but
more.
is this abstinence willingly or is it kind of like celibacy?
Self-imposed.
You know,
Yeah, I
or,
think we
you
are
know?
talking about different types of abstinence.
Abstinence, okay.
So there's voluntary. You choose to withhold for a period. That's situational, depending on what's going on. Say, for instance, grief. Then there's involuntary. Like you didn't choose to be in this situation, but you got into this situation. It could be for various reasons, including the male-female racial disparity that's happening in China.
Yeah.
Could be illness
involuntary,
as well. Illness as well.
and that causes loneliness, of course, when you want to but you cannot have.
Yeah, want some but can't get some.
Yes, so it often is linked to choice, although there are some situations no choice, and in engaging in sex.
Okay.
I think if you don't use it, you will eventually lose it. And
Use
that
it
is
or
true.
lose it. You can be sexual by yourself, but I think in this case it's talking about relational, having a partner.
There you go again.
Yeah.
With the relationship stuff.
Yes.
With no, with you can be sexual with yourself.
Cannot.
Oh, right. Okay.
Then they say if you are too sexual with yourself, you go blind.
Self-love.
Yeah, that's a myth. Or hairy palms, right?
Yes.
Develop hairy palms.
Ha-
Hairy palms.
People don't believe this
I've
stuff.
never heard that.
Yeah. I also didn't know this until I became a sexologist, and people tell
Yeah,
me
yeah.
the
That's-
hairy palm analogy.
Let me look at your hands, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, hairy.
No, not
That's
hairy at all.
like when my
I had
mom.
the smoothest man hands. Really, that's
It's-
what the
you know,
ladies
you
tell
know what
me.
it is? Not a day of hard work.
Not a
That's what
day-
it is.
Maybe
You're not gymming enough.
Maybe he moisturizes. You never know.
No, I do have calluses here because of the
Gym.
The bum.
the barbells, the barbells,
And golf.
and golf, a little bit of golf.
Yeah.
Right,
So
yeah.
some of the reasons they
Rich
abstain
man
could be
problems.
because of burnout, stress, dating fatigue, emotional withdrawal, body image. And also people kind of get used to being alone after the post-pandemic social withdrawal. Also, nowadays we actually have a lot more choices to what we do with our time. We are competing with porn, gaming, social media. So lots of people do doom scrolling, like through the night. They just distract themselves. And that can be one of the reasons why people are not trying as much.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, no time, no interest in the humpy pumpy.
Okay, let's continue to talk to Dr. Tara Martha Lee on the Big Show TV. You're Tara to me now. Here's Regina Song with the cutest pair on Kiss 92.
She's like, you can call me anything. you
Tara
want.
is a nice name.
Tara is a beautiful name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tara.
it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
Tara is a beautiful name. No, I need to go back to this hair on the palms thing. Like really, I cannot get over that. This is like what my grandmother used to say: drink enough Guinness Stout and you grow hair on your chest. I'm like, oh really? I never drank Guinness Stout.
I feel like there are going to be a lot of hairy people who are being judged today. After listening to our show,
Hairy
just because
palms.
they've got hair on their hands, people are going, oh.
Nobody
Okay,
has hair
let's
on
not
their
go there.
palms.
Let's just stick to the topic today.
Abstinence.
So is abstinence healthy or unhealthy?
Well, I feel that it gets harder when you are not sexual because your desire actually does reduce. Our body doesn't allow us to be in a constant state of frustration, I call it. And so when you choose to be intimate, maybe you rather avoid it. Because it becomes something that you are just used to and you're not used to it, you think you're not good at it. It's just uncomfortable, right?
I think that's better for some people because if you don't have the opportunity to have sex, then I think that person would rather not have the desire than to constantly have that desire to have sex but have nowhere
No
to go.
one, yeah.
You know what I mean? They'll drive one crazy.
But it's
Yeah.
like which is better or which
Yeah.
is worse. You know what
So
I
if
mean?
you don't have that desire, then it's fine. But if you constantly have that desire, to have sex,
then it could be
Yeah.
a problem.
yeah, exactly.
And just like anything else, too much of a good thing might desensitize you, and you may take it for granted. You may not enjoy it as much.
Yeah,
Right?
but
And
too little as
yes,
well, may
correct. So we are talking about too little and the harms behind it. So your body gets used to not having it. You may start avoiding intimacy. You may have re-entry challenges, like you want to resume dating and all that, and then you have difficulties. You may get used to being touch deprived. That affects your hormones, your stress level. You can be more irritable.
I was going to ask why is this harmful, and you just answered it. Okay.
Yeah, there are also people who replace the behavior of being with partners. Just now I mentioned we distract ourselves with digital displacement. So yeah, these are some of the harms. I think I do have a lot of clients because of their values, usually linked to being Asians or linked to their religion, which is a values choice, and I fully respect that. A lot of my clients choose to only try to have sex after marriage.
Yeah.
And by that time they are in their 30s. So for good 10, 20 years, they've really just shut down their sexuality, and then sex actually becomes really challenging. They're kind of disconnected from their bodies.
Is that something you would recommend, though? I know there's a lot of religious complications behind it, and also sort of moral complications behind it. But is it something you would recommend to couples that you only have sex after marriage, or should they at least put their foot in the water and do a little bit of testing the temperature prior to?
So it depends on their values. Some of them are very strict, like no touch at all. Some of them do outer play. Engage in petting and stuff like that. But for me, as a sexologist, contrary to what people think, I do not force or push people to be sexual. I just support them where they're at. So when I have clients who choose to be sexual after marriage and then they are finding that they have difficulties, I don't shame them or guilt trip them or anything like that. I just encourage them and support them. In reassuring them that just because you're not good at something, it doesn't mean you cannot learn. So that's where learning sexual skills come in, and also the practice. So sometimes it's just the reassurance that it's not like any so-called permanent damage. In fact, there's no permanent damage. So I call it sleeping beauty. Like your body may have gone into sleeping beauty mode, but it doesn't mean you cannot be awakened.
With a kiss of a prince.
Yeah. Okay.
I would encourage actually people to only have sex after marriage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so, because I think there's a higher chance, right, that in the long term during the marriage things will improve. Because all of us, when we had sex for the very first time, it was not like
The best.
fantastic
Yeah.
experience. You know what I mean? But I think the problem is for people who have already had multiple partners and all that, and then they get married, there is a comparison.
Oh.
But
yeah.
if two people go into the area of making love after marriage, then they only have each other to discover,
Yeah.
and they have no comparison whatsoever, and they can discover each other even more.
But I was going to say, there is no perfect couple. Right? So even if they wait till after marriage, they abstain till after marriage and try it for the first time, and it's absolutely awful, everything can be worked on with communication and learning, right? So in that sense, the two can eventually become the perfect couple together because they're learning about each other and all that. The first go may be awful,
Yeah.
but if they communicate and they speak to each other, then they can work it out,
Yes.
right?
And they can choose to learn together.
There's a lot of pressure, right? People go, oh, the first time not good, that's it. That's my chance.
No.
I'm out of
Or
here.
nothing, yeah.
No, but especially if in a relationship, you will get many chances to improve.
Okay, traffic update.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the BKE towards Woodlands, a broken down vehicle after the SLE avoid lane 3. Also on the AYE towards Tuas, another vehicle has broken down after Jurong Pier Road. On the TPE towards the PIE after Loyang Avenue avoid lane 3, another vehicle has broken down. Let us know if you spot anything. Don't be a tailgater and don't be a road hogger.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is our sexologist, Dr. Martha Tara Lee. And, well, we just found out from Dr. Lee that a growing number of young Asians are opting out of sex. Is that true?
Yeah, you can call it a sex recession, and this is a global phenomenon. Since 2010, there is decreasing rates of sex, and people are thinking nowadays youngsters are just talking about sex, and sex is everywhere. But in reality, just because you're talking about it, thinking about it, it doesn't mean you are doing it.
Right. Now, I'm sure many of us have our own impressions, right? But I want to ask you, because you've done the research, do you think abstinence, for whatever reason, is easier for guys or girls?
Oh,
Interesting.
I feel that even though they're abstaining from being sexual with a partner for various reasons, including access or difficulties with dating, finding a partner, or being more picky, being more like financially challenged and feeling financially inadequate, for instance, I would say that a lot more men that I know of, they are more comfortable with masturbating rather than women. Women feel that it needs to be a relational thing.
Right. Okay. So the struggle is more with the ladies, because when they don't do at all. No way
They
of
don't do it at
physical
all.
gratification
Yeah.
at all.
Let's not forget the hormones, where the sex drive are already quite different. So for them, a lot of women, they do not realize that because they are not being aroused, they don't have a partner, so they don't feel it. So it's kind of like because they don't have the kind of stimulation and the motivation, it gets neglected.
So are you saying there's a possibility that there are more women who are asexual?
Okay, we were discussing the off-air just now that asexuality is not a choice, contrary to what people think. I've heard this term being thrown around a lot, like, I've turned asexual. But in reality, it is a sexual orientation, and it has little or nothing to do with attraction. Meaning, they do not have the desire to have sex, basically.
Like many married couples.
No, they're born that way.
After a while. No, I'm serious.
So you can argue about it, but essentially around 1% of the population actually are really identify and are truly asexual.
So you're saying they're born like that?
They are born like that.
Oh.
So regardless
right.
of what they do, they just don't feel like they have a libido. They don't necessarily feel like masturbating. They don't necessarily feel like sex is something that is needed for bonding.
They don't need sex at all. Yeah.
Just because they still can, but it doesn't mean they want to.
That's why she said it's a sexual orientation, because
Okay.
you're born like that. But you can become it?
Yes.
Can you become asexual?
I think there are people who do not know that they are, and then they try it, and then they feel like they don't get anything, and they always don't get it. So it's not the behavior of not sex, it's the lack of attraction.
Okay, but I mean, as you get older, right? I mean, hormonal changes,
Yeah.
stuff like that. We've heard about this. Libido drops, sex drive drops.
Become asexual.
Is it
So-
not possible
so-
to become asexual as a
So
result?
for them, it tends to be a constant. They realize that they have always been like that versus you turn like that.
I see.
Just thinking about married couples, just very, very quickly. Some married couples, they are in sexless marriages and all that. I feel like if both parties have no desire, they can still go on living happily.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it's only when one side
Feels like they're
wants
losing out,
wants
yeah.
some and feels like they're losing out, and then they start talking about it and they start asking and they get rejected. That's when
Problems happen,
Problems
yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
But I think there are many couples in Singapore, married couples, who are happily married, but perhaps maybe are not doing it quite as much.
And they're okay with that.
They're okay with
Yeah.
that.
I think it needs to be a mutual decision and also discussion. So yes, there are many people who stay in a marriage not because of sex. Sex is one of the parts, but like you said, if one party is unhappy about it, it should be addressed.
Right.
I'd rather be in a sexless marriage than a loveless marriage.
Yeah,
Right?
You're right. Okay, it's 9:20.
Kiss 92 Time Check brought to you by Poutine.
Because that companionship is so
Yes.
important.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, you get older, and that trust. How many people can you trust that are going to be there for you? That's priceless, right?
Now, Yeah, once again, I always feel like I'm asking Dr. Lee these personal questions based on the stuff that she brings up, right? Now, earlier on, you were talking about how, contrary to popular belief, because you are a sexologist, you never pressure people into having sex. You teach them to embrace their sexuality. Has there ever been a time, since today we're talking about abstinence, where you have advised a client to abstain? And what are reasons that you would tell somebody to abstain?
Okay, I do know of a lot of people who masturbate for different reasons. Men tend to masturbate as a way to release stress, sleep better, go back to sleep, as a habit, as a hobby, or maybe out of boredom. So they are not masturbating because they are horny. They are masturbating because they are it's like self-soothing. And what happens when you keep forcing your body to ejaculate is that you are actually depleting your energy and you get tired. So I always suggest to them, if you are stressed, there are many things you can do to release stress, including meditation, drawing, coloring, journaling, so many healthier ways, sports.
Drinking.
People do that.
There are people who do that, yes. But why only masturbate? So some of my clients, they must, it's easy. Like you can
do it
masturbate
anyway,
and then like go on to the next thing, whatever it is, like in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And sometimes they prefer that rather than having sex with their partner.
But in terms of abstaining from sex with a partner, is there ever a time where you would encourage maybe you stay away from
each other?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, so the times may include things like the partner shutting down, feeling fearful of sex or having pain. And so I would suggest that they do other forms of activity rather than focus so much on sex. So I would say it's more like as a healing period.
Yeah. I read somewhere just recently that physical sex, as in body to body, right, helps prevent heart attacks, keeps your heart healthy.
Yeah, sex is a form of exercise.
It
Right.
is.
And
Stress relief
when
and
you are by
everything else.
yourself, it's still a form of exercise. You also exercise your heart, but it's different to a different extent.
Yeah. Not so much the cardio that is involved in the sexual act, but more, according to this article, just the physical touch. The physical
that's
touch
why-
has healing properties.
That's why they say hugging, even for older people, for sick people, for children and all that, for premature babies, it really, really helps. It's
Yeah.
not just a sexual thing.
Yes. So the
human
oxytocin
touch.
release and then the dopamine.
Yeah.
So it's true. During COVID, a lot of people whose love language is physical touch, they really suffered a lot because
Yeah.
they just can't get touched.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's such a thing called touch deprived and skin hunger.
So I guess what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to encourage like married couples and perhaps like girlfriends and boyfriends and all that to hug a little bit more.
Yeah,
often.
and hold hands.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so often
if
I
it
see
leads
people
to
like,
something, it leads to something. If it
Yeah.
doesn't, it's still beneficial.
Yeah, yeah.
Although for some people, anything can lead to that. It's like, anything can turn you on.
Look.
Oh, yes. She breathed. Okay.
I smell her.
I also know of people who they are only touched when their partner wants sex, and that's kind of off-putting. They know that there's an expectation because in our culture, the hinting of sex rather than talking about it can also give a lot of pressure.
I think this weekend, let's encourage everyone, put those phones away. If you're going to watch TV at home, watch together.
Yeah.
Hold hands, get a
Yeah.
snack.
Grab a thigh.
Lie on his lap. You remember during your dating days, you used to put your head in his lap while he used to put his head in your lap. Do
wow.
that.
Put my head in a cleavage.
Yeah, exactly. Wherever you choose to put
Yeah.
your head, put your head somewhere.
Maybe drop the kids off at your parents or something
Exactly.
like that.
Yeah. So do something for each other.
That's
See,
right.
you're helping. You're helping making the world
I
a better
think
place.
small little acts and efforts do make a difference. I do know of clients, they feel very stressed when the child is in the house because they don't know when they will be interrupted.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Tim
it's
can
hard.
No,
attest to that.
absolutely.
It's hard if you have a kid in the house.
Daddy,
Yeah.
what you doing?
You never know. You put the child at sleep at 8 o'clock, at 10 something, they might suddenly, I get to sleep. And then if they walk in at the wrong time, they'll never sleep again.
Melatonin.
So
Actually,
this-
that's really hard when
Yeah.
you have children in the house.
Yeah.
It is. How can you say no?
So I do encourage my clients to maybe book a staycation or daycation if they can get away during lunchtime. Apparently, Agoda actually has those day deals.
Yes.
You can just book for like 2 hours.
I
and
saw
it's-
them. So they're no longer by the hour hotels.
Yeah.
They let you book for like 3 or 4 hours during lunch.
Yeah, last
Yeah.
minute.
You know, or they let you book during the day from 9. I think it's terrible that we're telling you this, but 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. during your entire work hours when you should be
Yes.
at work, or 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. when you should be in bed sleeping. They allow you to do that as well. So they have nighttime bookings, daytime bookings, full day bookings.
Well,
on
Yeah,
the-
I
at the
think that's
Agoda.
Okay, I mean, if
Agoda.
husbands and wives want to use
Husbands and
these
wives, yes.
facilities, you
Yes.
know, to get closer, right? Because they can't do it at home because
home.
of the children. That's perfectly fine.
Yes, only husbands and wives.
let's face it, like with the news that came out last week, some people don't even need to book hotels. They just use their office during work hours.
Yeah.
That's stupid, though. That was so stupid. Yeah. Yeah. So little things that can be done. If you can't afford to go away, there are options to do this.
Yes.
Send them off to your parents or your friend's house for the kids.
Yes, I have clients who are very money conscious because
Yeah.
of how tight things can be financially. So I also suggest that if they want, they can go across the causeway, and there are such hotels, day hotels in JB as well.
By the time you drive there, you're tired already.
You can also combine it with shopping.
By the time you shop, you'll be tired.
Yeah.
You're gonna do it after. Yeah.
All right, so I mean, I guess like a big takeaway out of today's topic as well, we're talking about abstinence. You know, there are many reasons why people abstain, but they're not crazy because they choose to do it, lah. Okay, because I mean, you know, sometimes we hear, right, like, this person, what, he's not getting any? What, you mean he's choosing not to get any? There must be something wrong with
Don't
him.
judge.
Yeah.
But not
Yeah.
permanently, right? We're not talking about abstaining permanently, right?
Yeah, we are talking about like months or even years that people are choosing to, and maybe like for a time they choose to do this, like build up their nest egg, or like focus on their career for a time in their life, whether it's a phase.
And you're talking about young people.
Young people, older people.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to be honest. I haven't had sex for 2 years.
Okay.
But
right.
that's because last year I was really sick, right? I had 2 surgeries.
Okay.
And I chose to basically cut down. Also because I'm really looking for a long-term partner. So I mean,
You don't want the free and
been
easy
there,
stuff.
done that. I don't want to engage in like those casual encounters anymore. So I want to be more selective, and that includes spending more time with yourself and
Getting to know. yourself,
getting to know
yeah.
yourself, going deeper. So yes, the sexologist is not having sex.
Any single men out there
Yeah,
that
interested
would
in a
like to
sexologist.
drop a
But this
message?
is what I mean. You see, she hasn't had sex for 2 years, right? But I mean, she's still in control.
Of course,
You know,
yeah,
as
yeah,
opposed
yeah.
to some people who are like really highly sexed, right? And they constantly think about
Yeah.
having sex. That
Yeah.
would be painful, don't you think?
Or the
Dr.
complete
Lee?
opposite, the highly strung ones, the ones that look like they haven't had sex, and it shows through their moods. You know, they're always going cranky and,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, so
You're
a lot
not
of
like
people
that.
think masturbation is a poor cousin of the real thing, but I really disagree, because if you have a good relationship with yourself, you are learning about your bodies. It's better than being with someone else who is not good for you, and then you feel empty.
But I think it's I don't mean this in a bad way when I say it's easier for ladies, right? When you talk about masturbation, because I think for guys, if they were to masturbate all the time, then when it comes to the real deal, right? I think they will then experience some performance anxiety.
Yes, so this is where I coach my clients to bridge the gap between masturbating and being with a partner. Like, there are different things you can do when you're by yourself so that you can develop more sexual confidence, like varying the pressure, rhythm, speed, position, angle, using lubricant, not putting excessive pressure on the penis, touching yourself in different ways, being creative, playful. I think we always tend to do the same thing in the same way, and it becomes a habit. I think that is the one that actually really makes it difficult to breach when you're with a partner.
And that happens more so with a partner, because everything kind of becomes monotone after a while. It's like, let's have sex, and then you're doing it the same way, finish in the same amount of time. You know, you clean up this, whatever it is, your pre-post and everything is the same, right? But if you're on your own or if you're exploring yourself, then at least when you get a partner, you can tell them, okay, this is what I want and this is how you're going to do it because it's about me.
Because sometimes, guys, we need instruction. And we're very open to it. We want to know what you want, right? So we can give it to you. But back to abstinence, right? And Glenn brought up a point earlier on, a few minutes ago. I just want to revert back to that. When he said, sometimes you go too long and then you use it or you lose it, okay? So how long is too long? If you decide to abstain, when should you quickly come back? That you haven't completely gone too far.
Yeah, I think we worry about some kind of invisible expiry date, but actually there's none. Just like my clients who choose to abstain until after marriage, that is their personal choice. So I feel it's more important to not focus on the past and focus on how to move forward. So I focus on them returning back to mastery, more confidence. So I guess what I'm trying to say in a long-winded way is I don't feel that that is any
too long.
Any too long. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Traffic.
Said a boycott was not the right approach, adding that political disagreements should be handled at a political level. The FIFA World Cup will be held from June 11th to July 19th in the US, Canada, and Mexico.
Those were your news headlines from the Straits Times. Read more at straitstimes.com.
From the 2000s to today, all the great songs in one place. This is Kiss 92. Kiss 92 traffic.
Quite a number of broken down vehicles. The first is on the TPE towards PIE after Loyang Avenue. Avoid lane 3. The next is on the BKE towards Woodlands after the SLE. Avoid lane 3 as well. And finally on the PIE heading east to Changi Airport after Pasir Laba, another vehicle having trouble there. And there is an accident on the PIE towards Tuas at the exit to Kallang Way. Wherever you are this morning, stay safe.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. We are live on Facebook as well as YouTube with our sexologist, Dr. Martha Tara Lee. We're talking about abstinence, and abstinence is defined as a behavioral choice not to engage in sex for a period of time. We're talking about months or years. Now let's talk about celibacy. Is celibacy healthy?
I think it's linked to all the things that we've been talking about today. There are consequences on the body. Your body gets used to it, and you may feel that it's normal to avoid intimacy. You may not want to feel vulnerable. You might become emotionally guarded, more avoidant. So there are these kind of challenges that can happen, whether it's voluntary, involuntary, whether it's situational. But I always like to say it's like learning how to ride a bicycle or learning how to drive. Even if you haven't done it for a long time, you still have the muscle memory. You will probably be able to pick it up with some practice.
Why would someone want to be celibate by choice?
Someone like me, for instance, just choosing to take a break and focus on other things in their lives. So yeah, there are people, in fact more people are choosing to do it consciously because of how challenging it is to date. Now with the swipe right, swipe left, people are actually having dating fatigue. And you can say there's a lot of choices, but sometimes there's also the too many choices, and realizing that you just don't want to be in that loop again.
Right. Yeah, it's tiring.
But you want those feelings, so you're looking for love, more or less.
And it's okay, to slow down. Like when we were learning how to get to know someone when we were younger, like in school, like through all the many like connection points, that's how relationships build. But nowadays, when you go on a dating app, it's like everybody wants the now instant gratification.
And I feel like before was like 6 degrees of separation. Do you remember that term?
Yes.
Now it's like -8.
Yeah.
Because everyone's overlapped. Because of our social circles, because of circles, and because of social media, everyone who knows everyone knows everybody else and their children.
Yeah.
So it becomes too close for comfort. It's like when you're talking to that person, say a first blind date, you're like, oh yeah, so I work here. Oh, I know that person, and that person is this person's sister. And you're like, oh, I want the anonymity.
Yes, you want that separation, that
you
distance
want that separation. We don't have that anymore.
Dr. Lee, earlier on you brought up that term. It's like learning how to ride a bicycle, right? And a lot of times, this much like many other activities, people always compare to, once you learn to ride a bike, you can always ride again. I am living proof, right, that no, it's not easy to, if you haven't cycled for a long time on a bike, jumping back on is not the easiest thing in the world. I mean, yes, you know how you're supposed to operate the pedals and all that, but finding your balance all over again. So similarly, I want to draw that comparison to finding your way back from abstinence or celibacy. For some, it might be easy. From others, a lot of time has gone by for whatever reason that they decided to embark on that, that adventure of abstinence. How do they come back from it?
So this is where the support comes in. Being able to talk it out is very important. Being able to reconcile with the past decisions that you make, being able to accept where you're at, being able to take small steps. These are all things that counselors like myself will be able to support clients in. Performance anxiety is a very real thing. The pressure to perform, I feel, lies in a lot of the males that I work with. But in reality, when it comes to intimacy, sex, the women usually just care about their partner being present rather than performing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Be here.
Yes, and think of me, not somebody else.
I have clients who keep asking like how to connect. I think it starts from you not freaking out in the first place. Breathing, eye contact, touching, gazing.
Yeah.
Massage.
Asking.
Massage is a very big skill that I feel a lot of people are not confident in.
I think Skills Future has a couple of massage courses. No, really.
That can help. That can help.
It can. I mean, why not? It's a skill that everyone, could do with.
Specifically types of massages?
Yeah, I
like
think
Thai
there's all
massage.
sorts. Thai massage, deep tissue and all
Yes.
that. Why not?
Okay.
And I
Okay,
think
so-
we're all different, We all have our turn-on points, so to speak. You know what I mean?
True.
Okay,
It's like you might be the most attractive person, but if you don't know how to turn your partner on,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's-
That's true.
it
It's done.
amounts to nothing.
It's done, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
being able to hit that sweet spot.
Yeah. Okay, let's continue to talk to Dr. Lee on the Big Show TV, okay? Meantime, here's Benson Boone with Sorry I'm Here for Someone Else
what?
on KISS 92.
Abstain.
Nice.
But, on the topic of massages, right? I mean, I think it also depends on the type of massage. Like, not all types of massage will lead to right? Because let's face it, ain't nobody going to twina their way into a sexual encounter.
Well, into Glenn's bedroom, maybe.
Okay, some people actually feel that after twina, they feel more relaxed because of the muscle tension. I have a lot of partners in the past. They asked me to do deep tissue massage, and then they're now ready to go. But if they did that on me, I would have a lot of pain.
Yeah.
So I think different people have different preferences and just different body types.
Yeah, that's
Okay, I
true.
have a funny story.
Tell
So
us.
many years ago, because before I became a sexologist, I was really wanting to improve my massage skills, the ability to help my partners to relax. So I went for Balinese massage class. I went for several actually, and sometimes my teacher will talk about sensual massage. So finally, I just asked, what is the difference between massage and then sensual massage? What's the difference? Like really? Just like give me the lowdown. And she said, basically, sensual massage, you just do the exact same thing, but you slow everything down.
Okay.
And that's why what I feel what Angel's saying is really
So
valid.
wait,
Yeah.
you spend money to take those
Actual massage courses.
massage lessons,
and then you just slow down.
no, so that when you massage, let's say a guy, you'll be able to get him in the mood. Is that-
Yeah. That's what it is as
You
well,
don't
isn't
thi-
it?
No, you didn't have to go for that. You just tickle him down there. That's it. It's
That
done.
was for you.
It's done.
men are simple
I guarantee
creatures.
you, right now, all the men who are tuned in and listening right now, that's all you need. Just a nonsense massage for the rest of the body, and then you go down there, you tickle him a little bit.
Because you know
That's it.
Men, at the end of the day, we're grateful. We're just grateful that someone wants to touch us.
Yeah, I know of men who are just grateful for the attention.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we are not getting that kind of connection enough.
Okay.
But okay lah, A for effort. Now we know you're legit. You can really massage someone really well. Okay, we're coming up one last time. There you go, Benson Boone. Sorry, I'm here for someone else on Kiss 92. All the great songs in one place. We've been speaking to Dr. Martha Tara Lee. Unfortunately, it's time for us to say goodbye. But before we go, I just want to touch on this again. You were saying, touch on this again. You were saying the younger kids these days, they seem to be going the asexual way, so to speak. So
Abstinence way.
Abstinence, not asexual. Asexual is not chosen.
But then they abstain and they abstain and they abstain. Then after that, maybe the asexual,
wrong, yeah.
you said, because
low sex drive,
so they have no desire to have sex anymore. What are the repercussions?
Your body starts
for
to
the
shut
nation.
down. Your body starts to shut down. You become touch deprived. It becomes more challenging to engage with people. You might distract yourself with things. And it's important to really get to asking yourself what exactly you want with your life and where you see it going, and take small steps.
So there could be an expiry date. All these terrible things could start happening.
Okay, the expiry date could be you get so old that maybe there are people who don't find you attractive enough or want to be in a relationship with you for the purpose of procreation, because there is also the biological clock.
Yeah. Especially for the women.
It's true. It's true.
But women these days are having children a lot later. But if you wait too long as well, and things like egg freezing and all that, not highly encouraged here. There is the clock is ticking.
That's right. I looked it up. Women once they hit 40, their chances of conceiving naturally drops to 10%.
We've got friends who are in their 50s who have just conceived.
Very rare. It's very rare.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how young are you, Dr. Lee?
Oh my God.
Oh, you put on a spot.
I mentioned it last week. I'm 50 this year. 50.
No
50.
wonder I wasn't around last week.
No, you weren't.
50. Well, you look 35.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
I only look 35 today, right?
No, you
Tomorrow
always
you will look 31.
Okay, I'm hoping to drop to 28.
Next week.
See? Never satisfied women.
Right? That's her.
Okay, in closing, would you like to say anything?
I have an event coming up next week, Wednesday, before Valentine's Day. It is a special event under Sex Positive Comedy where I'm getting 5 different comics to try to get 10 singles to get a Valentine's Day date. So it should be funny, it should be entertaining and educational.
Where will this be?
Yes, so this will be at Blue Jazz Bali Lane.
Nice.
Okay. Now, just off the top of my head, because you do comedy special, right? Is it ever okay, right, to be funny during sex?
Of course.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I always hear, right, like, the women are always like, I find a funny guy with sense of humor so sexy. But there are times you should not be funny.
I don't like that.
I don't think so.
You can be funny before and after.
Not during. Definitely don't laugh about any sizes.
Before it's great because you feel that connection already, and then you do the and then after that, it's like
be funny if you want. Yeah.
I think it's always okay to laugh at yourself,
but don't laugh at anything that the person does or the person's parts. That's it.
Or while you're in the middle of it, like knock knock, who's there in the middle?
No, Tim, no.
Oh my gosh.
No, absolutely not. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Lee, for joining us today. It's been a pleasure, as always.
Thank you very much.
Come again.
Wake up feeling good. The Big Show.